Oh yeah.
Did I remember how to do it right? Is everything working? What's up?
Like I was wondering when those beacons were going broadcasting, were they going beep 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 beep
Yep.
beep? Oh,
Yes,
I
they were.
couldn't hear it on my side.
Oh no. Oh, that's unfortunate.
I'll replay it just for that.
So it's been what 5-6 months since we streamed last.
Yeah, I bet your job's been awesome.
Oh, compared to the old job, it's wonderful. I don't have to deal with crazy, being bit and punched and swore at all the time.
Wow. Yeah, that's not cool.
I actually get to teach the little darlings instead of just showing up to cover for meetings.
Did you get to have a fish tank?
Not yet.
Oh man. But your history and science or
Science
math?
and math,
Math, right.
which I
Oh,
would
I
I
thought it
would
was history and
I
math.
wish it was history and math, but I will keep science and math, and things seem to be going well. Though they didn't do so hot on their midterms, but it was their first time having a midterm from me, and their old teacher didn't do so much. So
What'd you make them do?
I just it was a 50-question test, and they had an hour and a half to do it.
That's about 3 minutes per piece, right?
Uh-huh.
So, can you ask me one of the questions to see if I can do it?
Uh, Math. What did I have on the math one?
Gosh, math.
Let's see. They had to take like if I said 5 more than 6 times a number, you'd have to write that as an actual math sentence. Oh, I forgot. Oh no, I forgot to push one of the buttons that I always pushed because
Oh, we're
to
not
me it
live?
annoys me. No, we are live.
Oh,
I forgot to turn off the
Live.
silly live react thing because it annoys me how they still have it in the worst possible place on desktop.
so 5 more than 2 times 6 would be 17.
Well, it was 5 more than 2 times a number. Yes, okay. Army Aquatics got it. They got 6x plus 5. I wasn't a stickler for if you did it the wrong way. So if kids did, 5 plus 6x, I didn't really care.
Gotcha.
But yeah, that tripped a lot of them up. And then, they just didn't show their work. Like,
Oh my gosh, Jenny Lynn's here.
and
She's
I
so
let
cool.
them use a calculator, and they didn't show the work. I'm like, I'm not giving you full credit. So a lot of them, didn't get grades they're used to because they didn't follow directions. Speaking of Jenny Lynn being here, hello, Whip and J Rock and Army Aquatics and Nathan and My Tanks and Coro and Jimmy and Jenny. Hello. Thank you all for being here.
Now,
And
how did you know that was Jimmy?
he's got it in parentheses, aka Jimmy P.
Oh, dang it. I was hoping that it was going to trip you up since you've been away for a little bit.
No, I streamed a few weeks ago, sometime after New Year's. I think I streamed just for a quick little update one, and he came in with that name and told me who he was. Hey, Leo and Scuba and Chevy, what's going on?
Awesome.
So yeah, I think basically what's going to happen is, because I told them I couldn't do Fridays, but we have an aftercare program and we're short a person. So basically we all take turns. Every couple weeks we have to do a weekend or a Friday, kind of like we're in the Army Reserve. So that's for now. Ed and I are probably going to go every other week with the streams, and we'll do a 4:30 to 6. That way y'all get a little longer and we can hang out again like we used to.
I'm going to try on the off weeks. I'll do a geek out with Rico.
Okay.
I did a geek out like 2 weeks ago with Rico on Friday. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. But I got really accustomed to having my Fridays off.
It's been kind of nice. I'm not going to lie.
I know, isn't that terrible?
Well, okay, I'm gonna be honest with chat right now. Live streams don't do so much. Don't do so well on YouTube's for channels. They're kind of just we more do them to hang out with you guys than help the channels out, because most people aren't going to rewatch them. Most people don't stay for the whole thing. Some people just keep it on in the background so we don't get the interaction in the chat. So they really don't do so much for us. It's just more to hang out with you guys.
Yeah, it actually hurts your analytics. But they're the 5% of the fish fam that is the most active and the coolest.
True.
And so I do it because it's fun.
That's right. And I've just been the first couple months, I think I was at work from 6:20 till like 6 o'clock at night. So I was doing 12-hour shifts for a while just to get my feet wet, because there's like 4 teachers previous, and it's all just all their stuff in file cabinets and all their stuff in my cabinets. So I'm having to sort through it and see what I have and what I don't have and what I got to come up with. So that's took forever. Hey, aquaballs. And
baby, you can't. Sorry. I didn't mean to say no. Well,
and allegedly, the little darlings have found my YouTube channel, which I don't know how they did. I don't think they actually did. I think they're just telling me they did so that I spill the beans and tell them what the username is. So if you guys actually found it, hi, have a good weekend. And I doubt you did, but
Hola, good children.
Exactly, Chevy. A lot of people are driving or working while streams are on, so. And I feel like when we first started, we were constantly having games and stuff, and then I think we both realized we kind of blew through our games we had very quickly.
I have a game upstairs. I haven't opened it, and I've been saving it for one of our shows, and I forgot and left it up there.
Uh-oh.
It was my white elephant gift from my retarded nephew's wife. I'm sorry. I'm not supposed to say that. My mentally stupid. And apparently she's also a klepto now. She steals. She fights. Like, she was just trying to start fights with everybody here. She was like she went and sat down with all the girls while they were eating breakfast, saying that Tennessee isn't part of the South, it's part of the North. And Texas is the real South. And it's like, they didn't even say anything like that. And she was just getting all bent out of shape for who knows why. And then, yeah, it was a lot of chaos with her. Nothing but chaos everywhere Diana went.
Well, that's unfortunate.
And she made my middle niece so mad. She said she's not invited to her wedding.
Oh, well,
and she's not even dating anybody.
Uh-oh.
She's just planning for the future. Someday when she does get married, Diana will not be at her wedding. And I told everybody, when she starts to aggravate you, start calling her Diane, because she hates being called Diane.
Oh.
And I would just say, like, if she gets crazy, that's her alternate. We like Diana because Diana's a nice, sweet
but you
person,
don't like her Mr. Hyde.
We hate Diane.
Gotcha. And Skipper, before I forget, I did look at the thing. It doesn't let me download them. I think what I might do is I might go with the middle of the road package, and then you could still use it. And it's way cheaper that way. Plus, I make that much back in ad revenue, so I could pay for it that way. Hey, Liquid Zoo, what's going on?
Now, Scuba says she could be Ed. How old is she? Just kidding. I don't know what he means, but I think she's like 29 or something, or 28.
I mean, that's probably close enough to Scuba's age.
Oh, she has 2 kids too.
Oh, Scuba, maybe not.
And her husband owns a lot of machine guns.
And Scuba's from the South. I'm sure he can, rustle something up.
Yeah, but I don't want him to shoot my awesome nephew.
True.
Hiya, Matt. Well, what else was I saying? Oh, well, what I brought her up about was we had a white elephant gift exchange, and you're supposed to spend at least $20.
Right.
She thought it was $5.
Oh.
And went to 5 and below because she thought it was supposed to be below $5 or less. And she bought this board game that I got.
Right.
And I haven't even opened it yet. It's called Find the Animal. Want me to run and get it? I'm dying to open it. I've been waiting for the show.
Go up and get it.
What if it's actually the best board game I own?
I mean, it's possible it'll be the best board game you've ever owned. You never know.
Yeah. It's totally possible.
It is, yes.
But I really like board games, and I own a lot of board games. Okay.
Oh, that's the old one. I need to update the new one. Wow, I haven't been on StreamYards in so long. It's my old logo. I also didn't promote this stream anywhere, so thank you all for being here. I saw somebody said they had an African cichlid tank cycling. Who was that? Army, you got an African cichlid tank. What kind of African cichlids are you going to put in that tank? I really kind of want, I still want to do another tank, and I would love to do some bigger African cichlids, but still don't have the room, unfortunately, here. Did they also upgrade? They also increased the basic one, because I could have sworn that used to be $15 a month, and now it's all the way up to, what was it up to? Up to like freaking 20 something, 25 now. It's kind of silly. It's silly, ridiculous. I have a thing for them too. I also have some news for when Ed gets back, so we'll have to wait for Ed to get back so I can give you all news. Huh? What, Coro? Oh, a gecko. Cool. And he's back.
Now, one thing is that I might have a hard time reading it because I am literally in the dark in this room. It doesn't look like it because the camera picks up with the little round light and the light behind me. But look, the lights are burned out above me. Only one's working.
Yeah, I can see that now.
It's called, but it really makes a nice color right here. It's called Blending It. The game of hiding in plain sight.
Okay.
And it feels empty.
I'm wondering if it's along the same lines of like Chameleon.
Where are my glasses? First, you roll the 2 dice. You get a code from the code card. Everyone but one person will be able to figure out what the secret word is. For example, let's say the secret word is parrot. Everyone knows the word except for one of the cheetahs.
That is exactly Chameleon. That's just a ripoff of Chameleon.
This thing is so lightweight. I mean, maybe it's a fake. Maybe it's just a box.
Oh, maybe there's nothing in
worth
it.
$20 in it.
Maybe it's a gag gift.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe there's a dime bag in there. Oh my God. Dear. Look, it's been open.
Oh,
I mean, the seals. So she's opened it.
Maybe she opened it and took everything out.
Ages 6 and above for 3 to 8 players. The first, I won 2 things because she bought her husband's and mine, or in hers, and I got his, and I stole my niece's, and it turned out to be the other gift she bought. Oh. But it was called the Game of Millennials. So, yeah, that doesn't sound much better. So that's what it looks like on the inside.
I'm going to go grab Chameleon real quick and see how close these are to being the same. I'll be right back.
Okay. This looks like a dry erase board thing. It's got A, B, C, D on the top, 1, 2, 3, 4 down the side. a dry erase pencil with an eraser on it. It's kind of neat. That's probably the best part of it. A caramel colored dice and a chocolate covered 8-sided dice. So we're going to learn how to play this cheetah game.
Yoinky.
So
Yoinky. This is the box for Chameleon.
Okay, so it looks very similar.
It literally says blend in on it too.
Is there a chameleon when you do this?
Can't. I mean, they got the chameleon here. I don't see. No, okay. I don't think there's actually one on the box.
Let's see if we can find the producers.
This is by Big Potato Games. They also did the dinosaur game. This says it
was made in America.
This is the inside, which also has 2 dice.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Oh, it has a 4-sider. Mine has an 8-sider.
Yeah, I got a D6 and a D4 in here. And this one is very similar. The whole point is to everyone gets a secret word, and one person doesn't, and you have to try and get got, basically.
So it has an American flag on there that looks like it was made in America, but it says it was designed in America, made in China.
Of course.
And it's from Game Hub.
Okay. Mine is Big Potato Games. Boom. But yeah, I got this at Christmas. We haven't played it yet just because there's only 3 of us, and yeah, that looks extremely similar. Hey, Rico. And Skull, what's going on?
Rico. Skull. Oh, Skull. I have a favor to ask you.
Uh-oh, you're in trouble now, Skull.
I know. I don't want to ask him. Never mind.
No, ask him what's going on. Is it about fish?
Yes.
Do you need some goodies?
It is a Goodayad. Or Goodayad, or however you say its name. I was at one of our brand new local fish stores. Oh, I don't know how to. Last week in Paducah, Kentucky. Paducah, Kentucky is generally about 4.5 hour drive, unless you drive right after a snowstorm that hit Tennessee, where the shovels. I don't know if they were using bulldozers or what, but I mean, they just pulled chunks of the highway up. And there was like accidents everywhere. So it took us it took us 6.5 hours to go 4.5 hour drive.
That sounds like Connecticut traffic.
Yeah. And so then my mom's like, well, let's don't take those roads. Let's take this other way where we go through, not Bullwinkle. What was that town in Kentucky? Bowling Green. We went through Bowling Green, Kentucky, but it took about 8 hours, that route. But the roads were much nicer. Nevertheless, I made a video of the fish store.
Right.
And when you first walk in, they had a whole tank of these Goodayads, but somebody had bought all but one.
Oh.
Who does that? Seriously, who buys all the Goodayads or
except
all
one
of the same type of fish but one?
Why? Who would do that?
I don't want to stress my fish out, so I want to buy a whole bunch of them, but leave one back there because he's the one I want to stress out.
Wow.
You know, like if I'm buying, if I go, I've like gone to the store and said, okay, I need 6 of those Cory cats, and there was only 2 left or 1 left. I said, okay, I'll buy those 2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So somebody bought just all but one, and they were gonna wait, and they decided since it was such a hot seller, they were gonna keep him and get a couple more and start breeding them themselves.
Interesting.
Try to sell them. But I was wondering if Skull knew about this fish. I have to go to videos. Apparently, fish store tours go really well. My fish store videos got over 1,000 views.
Well, that's good.
But the same video I'd made a 1-minute video with them, and it only has 85 views.
Yeah, YouTube is weird.
He's really, really blue. Oh, sorry, I was walking. He gives me the name of it. I'll turn it up for a second. Butterfly. It's a yellow-tailed butterfly gadaid.
Okay.
I noticed him as soon as I walked into
Skull
the
has
store.
them, apparently.
Does he sell those?
Skull, do you sell those?
If so, when it warms up, I would like to buy maybe 2 or 3
Select
pairs.
Pet says he pretty sure that he know the breeder they got him from, and Skull says how many you want.
Oh, hi, John. Like 2 or 3 pairs.
All right.
The last time I got
good
Gudaids,
times 3.
I have one Gudaid in my 75-gallon fish tank, and he swims back and forth with the black neon tetras. He's one of my like grail fish. It's the rainbow Gudaid. He's a lot smaller. He's only about an inch big, an inch and a quarter, and he's pink and white. But he's part of the school of black neon tetras.
Yeah, I've noticed that too, that some fish that are in there will school up with the ones even though they're not the same. They just kind of look similar. Even though people say they don't do that.
Last time I saw John, I bought 2 males and 2 females from Mitchell Broomer. Broom, Mr. Broom. He's a master breeder down in Atlanta.
Right.
And the two of the females and one of the boys died before I got home that day.
Oh.
I know. So I don't know what happened. So I didn't even get them into the tank. So the one boy did fine, but I mean, and he put them into like one boy and a girl in each package. So one completely died and one just the female died. It's like, oh man.
Skull said something very sophisticated, and I don't know how to say it, so I'm just going to put it on the screen.
You think that's the name of the rainbows? Let me look it up. Do you mind leaving that there so I can
Sure, go right ahead.
Per letter. Okay. CH. Whoops. AR. A. Whoops, where am I? Oh, I didn't even type the right letters in.
He said that's the name of the rainbow.
My fingers are too big.
That be the name of the rainbow.
It is so pretty, Skull.
Oh, wait, it's a dark.
I wish I could get some fish that I could trade with Skull.
I saw a movie, Ed. I've seen one movie in the course of 6 months.
I haven't seen it. Was it Godzilla -1?
It was not.
Oh man, it didn't have the black dots.
Oh, let me.
It looked more like this guy.
There you go. We're gonna
get
full screen there.
And white.
Oh, okay.
Trying to. Well, I mean, I still have the boy.
Select Pet said use the scientific name Amica splendens for the ones at the pet store. That one I can say because Amica is a drug company, right? Or is it an insurance company? That one was easy.
Yeah, it looked a lot like this.
Okay.
But still, the photos just don't do them justice because the
Yeah.
pink is really neat and the white is like almost a pearl white.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But if Skull knows a guy, because I'm too embarrassed to ask Mitchell for to buy more of them, since I killed some of his hare's fish.
I mean, stuff happens.
It wasn't even that hot though outside. Yeah, and I had them in that co-op insulated bag with other fish, and they made it. Just weird.
Yes, yeah, it's just you're weird sometimes like that.
What was the movie you saw?
I saw the new Wonka movie.
Oh.
And I kind of went into it blind, other than seeing a few clips on, TikTok. So I didn't know it was a musical until I saw the clips on TikTok. And then I was like, maybe I should watch this. And then I just went on Amazon and got it off there instead of going to the movie theater, because movies are way too expensive to go to the movie theater here.
Well, the Gene Wilder was a musical. Was the
but when
Johnny Depp? I saw the Johnny Depp version once.
I hate the Johnny Depp one.
It's
awful.
I don't hardly remember any of it except that he wore weird stuff. He looked more like Michael Jackson than Willy Wonka.
See, when I think of the original Willy Wonka, I don't think of it as a musical, because the only song I really remember is Imagination, Pure Imagination, and then the Oompa Loompa songs. That one I didn't consider a musical. But this one, it flows like a musical flows, where there's the talking bits and then it naturally flows into the music. I thought it was really good. I think as a prequel, it did what it needed to do, and it was not the Johnny Depp film, so it already won my book.
I miss Gene Wilder.
Yeah. Well, apparently he didn't want a prequel made. So when Netflix, because somebody bought like the Roald Dahl production studio or something, and that's the only reason this movie got made. Guess I should probably post somewhere live elsewhere. Post. But no, I thought it was a good movie. So the songs are, there's only a couple songs I didn't like. I didn't like two of the songs. So they're just kind of stuck in my head and playing over and over again.
Well, I have not seen it, which is bizarre. You know how I used to see like 3 movies every week.
Oh, you used to be a movie-going fiend.
Yeah, well, the movies have really slowed down. Like only one movie I think came out last week, Argyle or something like that. And it looks like a good show I'd like to see. Mm-hmm. But I was going to try to get out this week, and then I hurt my back, and I just didn't feel like going out. So maybe next week, hopefully I don't know what came out today, but maybe I can see the new movie in that, or maybe I'll see that in The Beekeeper again. The Beekeeper I really enjoyed. I would like to see a lot more episodes of The Beekeeper.
Yeah, I don't recognize any of these movies that said they came out today.
Let's go to my AMC app. Yeah, I'm just wasting my AMC membership really right this year. It's so weird.
Oh, so we've got some news, Ed. We got several pieces of news to divulge. I waited until the stream to divulge it.
Did Elon Musk buy Disney?
Not yet, no.
Okay.
I know it's channel specific stuff. So we kind of buzzed past the 6K and 7K mark. We're over 8K subs now. Woo!
Congratulations.
We
Awesome.
finally hit, the 450, thousand view mark. So that's a good thing right there too. And all that comes with a new partnership. No, I'm not moving to Tennessee. There's no snow. I need snow, Select Pet. I need snow to have.
I was like, where's he going with this? He read that. I thought he was like reading my mind or something.
So the big news is that I have officially partnered with Boost Plant to become an affiliate with them.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so
that's super awesome.
Nightbot should hopefully do its thing. If it doesn't, I typed something in wrong. Nightbot.
I did a Boost Plant video.
Is Nightbot even here? Oh God, is Nightbot not here? It's been so long. Nightbot doesn't know I'm live.
Oh,
Nightbot.
Did you know that I did a Boost Plant video?
I did not. Did you use the gift card finally?
I did. Oinky helped me, and they had a super rock sale going on because I was going to get some Boost Plants, but they had this rock deal that was like 50% off, plus free shipping on all rocks, or all hardscapes were free shipping through the month of December, I think, maybe, because they were trying to sell for Christmas presents.
Right.
I bought 100 pounds of rock for the $50 gift card I had. So basically, I got 100 pounds of rock for free. It was like 35 pounds of samurai stone I bought, or got. Oh. I shouldn't say I bought, but yeah, thank you for having that as a free giveaway on your show, because I was able to reap the rewards.
So they sent me this really cool shirt as part of it. Look at this cool shirt. It's a comic book cover.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. And then they sent me a box of goodies so that I can make a video on it. Because they were like, well, we can do the affiliate thing, we can do this and that. And I was like, well, it would be great to, launch this if I could make, like a video on like some of your plants, and we could do easy plants and make it a listicle video. And they're like, no problem, we'll make it happen. And then I got my boxes today.
Well, that's super awesome. Now, can I ask you a personal question?
Sure.
And if it's too personal, you don't have to answer. But how do you contact these companies? Because I would like to contact Oreo Cookies and see if they would send me some free packages of cookies or coupons to give to people.
So usually I'm, extremely introverted and shy. But the good thing about the internet is you can just go on to people's websites and fill out a contact form. So that's literally what I do.
Let me write this down.
I just will go on companies. So I literally went on there. Well, I had been talking to them on their Instagram. I talked to them on their Instagram account for like to get giveaway stuff. And then I was like, do you guys offer like sponsorships and affiliate stuff? And they're like, yeah, you got to contact our marketing team and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, okay, well, what's the email? So they gave me the email and I just reached out to them. Now it's going to post everything multiple times. Thanks for coming in, Nightbot. You're great.
Well, I really want to be able to give out coupons to get these new type of Oreo cookies that are really good, because I just wish everybody could try them. They're peanut butter and chocolate. Peanut butter and fudge. Oh my God, they're so awesome.
Okay.
And if they'd send me an Oreo cookie t-shirt, I would wear it.
Anybody would. I will say they were, out of the companies I've worked with, Boost had the most, restrictions. Like you had to have, certain number of subs and certain number of views per video. But I'm kind of glad I waited, because I don't think I would have gotten as much out of it when I first contacted them. I think I first reached out to them like 18 months ago. And that's when they came back with, well, we've got this, this, and this. And then they said, but since you're under those, we'll give you like a gift card where you can buy some stuff. So they still gave me something. It just wasn't, just the partnership or anything. So, but now it's, it's a full-on partnership and sponsorship. And if things go good, there'll be goodies for people.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very happy that it all worked out. Now, I should probably remember to do...
Matt said that Brad Paisley
Uh-oh.
Write that down.
Uh-oh. There's a lot more names here than there used to be.
Paisley has a song about it. So I'll go on YouTube and see if I can find a song on how to get
About
connected
the
to Oreo.
Oreo cookies?
Yeah. How to become have a I don't want them to pay me money. Just give me coupons to send to people. Because like when I work at the movie theater, I got a deal where I was given like 20 of these Pepsi things, coupons to give to people, and it was free Pepsi for a year.
Oh, wow.
And I think I was probably supposed to hand them to random customers, but instead I handed them out to my friends at college and parents and stuff.
As one should.
Yeah, it was a case of Pepsi, I think a month for a year. And I gave them the coupon and they were sent a 12 coupons to get a free case.
Oh, well, that works.
I did it for myself too. Yeah. I just don't like Pepsi.
Oh.
I like cherry Pepsi.
Okay, I guess that kind of counts.
Yeah. I like Diet Pepsi. It's really sweet.
See, I can't do diet soda. I can taste the aspartame and I don't like it.
Oh, that's what I love. I want the ultra sweetness.
No. I can't do it. Can't do it. Oh, that doesn't look as good. I'll have to fix that later.
Linky, we'll work on that too. We'll contact that green Pleco plushie place.
True. I think I've never met another person that wears them as apparel. So you're leading the industry in revolutionary apparel designs for the Fish Fam.
She is. She gave me a Pleco, or not a Pleco, but a Guppy plushie.
Oh.
It's in the other room.
Oh, how did I get a carrot in my tea?
Oh. Ew.
All right.
Are you sure it's a carrot, not a pinky toe?
Hopefully that's the only contaminant in here.
The kids like to put things in your tea?
No, I didn't know I was going to use this again, and I threw it in the sink, and I think a carrot just got stuck in it.
Maybe were you eating a salad at lunch and it got stuck to your face? And
not that I recall. I'm pretty sure I had fish for lunch.
Ew.
I love fish. I love to eat fish, and I also love to keep fish.
What type of food fish do you like?
This was cod, but haddock, flounder, cod, scrod.
Okay. Prepared. Now you live kind of close to the ocean, so you probably have fresher aquatic.
Typically, fish and chips is how most is cooked. Or if you get the flounder, you just egg and bread it, but you don't put breading. You just put a little flour on it and fry that up. It tastes really good. Ooh, catfish is good. Buttermilk fried catfish.
My whole life, I've always lived within a mile of either the Missouri River, the Mississippi River, and now the Tennessee River. For some reason, I'm hooked on rivers. And I have never liked eating catfish ever.
Oh, but it's so good.
It's really hit or miss with me on fish. You know, I like I think white flounder or whatever it is, the real cheap stuff that they catch in the Pacific. White cod, maybe it's called, or black cod, that they fry up like at Captain D's and stuff. And they fry it on the Admiral's platter at Red Lobster. I always get the Admiral's platter because I love all the shell.
Oh yeah, that's the Admiral platter is the best one. You could get everything.
Yeah. My favorite thing in the world is scallops, but I don't know if that's considered fish.
I can only do the bay scallops. I don't like the big hunkin' ones. I like the little tiny ones.
I can eat scallops anyway. And I
Soul
heard that over
Florentine.
50% of scallops are fake. Originally, I was told from a fisherman that stopped fishing, became a UAW worker. It's like, that's a weird change. He left the Gulf of Mexico to come work in the middle of the country on cars. But he would, when they were having scallop shortages, they would catch stingrays. And he said stingray tastes just like scallops.
Huh.
And they just cut them into circles.
Interesting.
And they also, there's like companies that'll process the fish till it tastes like scallop somehow.
Weird.
You know, like that fake crab meat
that's made from fish. I watched the video of how that fake crab meat is made, and it's kind of silly.
I haven't seen
it. I don't know. It's just like they took a bunch of this, like, it looked like like when they make like the taffy candy and they're putting it on the hook and they keep going around. They basically look like they did that with Lord knows what of a concoction of fish, and then just like took a squeeze of red to make the red line of a crab. I'm like, that's not crab. That's nasty, because we catch crab here and eat it.
Yeah, but it does taste pretty good.
It depending on what you're putting in. Like in a seafood salad, when you put it in seafood salad, it doesn't taste bad.
My mom will just steam it, and we dip it in melted butter, and it's pretty good, even though we know it's fake.
I actually have crab legs downstairs in the freezer we have to cook at some point.
Holy crap, don't let those go bad.
No, they're frozen. They should be good. I do like a good Soul Florentine. Those are tasty. And lobster.
I don't know what that
Lobster's my favorite. Soul's another whitefish.
Oh, I don't like lobsters anymore either.
Oh.
Ever since the last time I was in Boston.
Uh-oh.
I got one that was filled with eggs.
See,
unfertilized eggs, and it was all the like green goop. It was gross.
Boston ruins everything.
Well, it was my aunt.
That's why I avoid the city. I avoid the whole state if I can. I don't.
At one time, I was seeing if they had a car factory there that I could transfer to, because I thought it'd be neat to live there. They didn't.
You would have been closer to me.
They had one in Connecticut, but it shut down.
Of course it did.
Yeah, those people came to our factory.
Which factory? What company was it?
I think they made the Pontiacs there. GM.
I think I know where that is, actually.
I think.
Hey, John McKenzie.
I don't remember. It was actually before my day.
Okay.
Because a lot of them, you know what? It may have been the pickups, because a lot of them moved to Shreveport.
Oh.
That's how I met the people. They went to Shreveport and were making Colorados. And the Colorados moved to our plant, and they moved to Shreveport, because we were like, how did a guy... I used to call this one guy Ryan the Rebel, because he's from the South, but he was actually from Connecticut. So he wasn't a rebel at all. But he was actually a hockey player from, Louisiana.
That's a name, Chevy. Chevy said, has anyone heard from Fish from Fever lately? I don't think I've talked to James since 2022. Or was it 2022? Probably.
I said hi to him about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, there you go.
We didn't really talk. We just said hi.
So, people have heard from him.
Yeah, he's still waiting on his internet because they're saying that they're going to put fiber cable out to his house out that direction. So he's waiting for it to come through.
Ah, okay.
He got that satellite telephone stuff.
Oh, the Starlink stuff?
Yeah, the Starlink. But during the primetime hours, it went to pot, and he didn't have the money to buy the upgraded top-end one. See, that's what... Because
my sister's neighbors up in Maine had the satellite internet, and it was through HughesNet, which was the free government-subsidized one they were trying to do years ago. And even them, it was like a cell phone plan. It was like you can only use X amount of gigs per month, and then you have to pay extra. And I'm like, well, this is kind of silly.
Yeah, what we got it in Missouri. We had was cable, and my brother didn't like our cable company because we were in Illinois where it was like a free market and you could choose
Right.
what DSL company you wanted. Well, there you didn't get the choice. Well, so he had them put in that satellite, and I mean, they even poured concrete and everything, putting this thing in. And then he found out it just had quick download, but his upload was terrible and he couldn't play online games. And that's all he cared about was playing Wizard or Warcraft. And he couldn't play.
Speaking of which, isn't the new World of Warcraft expansion coming out soon? Or is it out and I missed it? Why?
I played Warcraft the first day it came out, like literally the first day it came out, like 20 some years ago, and said, nope, I hate it.
Oh, yeah. HughesNet is hot dog doo doo, Liquid Zoo. It sucks. I remember I was over there doing something. And they're like, oh, because they wanted me to put an antivirus or something on their computer, and just me downloading that would have used up like a quarter of their internet for the month. And I'm like, what is the point of giving people this when it doesn't last and they can only use so much of it?
I actually didn't even have internet at my house for a while. I just was like, I work so much, I don't need this right now. And when I let my brother move in with me for like 2 years, he paid for it and brought it in.
Oh, okay. See, I could do without, paying for cable, because as long as you have the internet, you can just stream everything. Which is what I keep trying to tell the folks. Like, we could get some mini dedicated like computers, like the little tiny ones that are the size of this box, and just use the computers for the watching of television. But, father is still very computer illiterate, so there'd probably be a lot of swearing involved if we did that.
Well, I just switched my parents to YouTube TV.
Oh.
We got rid of sitcom cable, which was charging my dad like almost $200 a month. And so I'm paying for his. I said, I'll pay for it for $75. And so I pay for it, and I've been slowly teaching him how to use it. It's been a struggle.
Yeah.
But he got a smart TV, which made it a lot better.
See, when our TV crapped out last October, so the October 2022, when I didn't go to Chicago because Dad was in the hospital, our TV crapped out. So I was like, well, let me see what's on Amazon. So I ended up getting us a smart TV for the living room. And my dad, well, how do I work this? Because it didn't auto default to our cable box. You still had to push buttons. So I had to go in and fix it so it would always auto default to the cable box for him. And then I realized, I'm like, okay, well, because Xfinity's boxes come with, the Amazon app, not the Amazon app, the YouTube app and like Netflix and all that stuff, but it's slow as all get out to go through the box. So I just started going through the Amazon TV because it's got all the stupid buttons on it. I didn't realize it was an Amazon TV till I got in and I went through it. But I use that one all the time, and I'm kind of like, I should probably get another one for my room. But then I'm like, I have nowhere to put it. So, and he's slowly getting used to how to maneuver it if I don't put it back on the right thing for him.
Well, my mom. Okay, so we have choices. We have YouTube TV, and then we've got the Amazon because she's an Amazon Prime member, so I hooked that up.
Right.
And then we've got free Disney from my cousin. And then I also I hooked up Play-Doh, which they cannot figure out whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. I don't like that one because you can't resume a play. Free. Right. But if you.
Yeah. But they have a 24-hour, 24/7 Godzilla channel.
And some of there's like, I would put John Wayne's on for Dad through them. And sometimes they'll like freeze up and then I have to go back and then fast forward all the way to where we were, and it's just annoying. So I keep looking at the cichlid tank because it looks like one of the fish is flopping over, but I think he's just sleeping on the moss. I kind of feel bad for him. I've neglected these fish tanks because of this job. But everyone's still alive and, seems healthy.
That's cool.
I just don't feed them as much as I was before.
Yeah, maybe they're healthier.
I feed them maybe once a week now.
Oh gosh.
But I think there's enough stuff in the tank that they feed off of that, because the dang white cloud, the Vietnamese white cloud minnows are still spawning, and I haven't squirted food in that tank in over a month. It's just green water.
Father Fish would be proud of you.
It's just green water and algae, and I haven't squirted any food in there. I haven't done anything to the 10-gallon up here, and all the tetras and cories are still alive and kicking. The only tank I make...
After this episode, I say we go and feed our fish.
I just fed them last night.
Oh, yeah, but you could feed them 2 days in a row.
But like, even the only tank I make sure to feed on a regular basis is the African cichlid tank. That one I make sure I feed at least once a day. Sometimes if I forget, I do it every other day. But even like the puffers in this tank, the red-eye puffers, they're still going great, and I haven't really fed them much at all. I throw in, some freeze-dried krill every now and then, if I remember. And the eel comes. I see the eel a lot more because I'm waking up at 5 a.m. and he's out then. It's kind of cool. Why is the dog barking? Silly dog.
Well, I've got algae or some hair algae I need to pull out of this tank. That's the one thing bad about that nano, Anubias nano or whatever it's called, is the moss or the hair algae can catch up with it.
Oh.
Pretty quick. I don't think it pulls enough out of the water.
Yeah, because it's such a slow grower, it probably doesn't. I mean, I've got some hair algae and
good.
Oh, it looks amazing. Who's beeping? Why is there beeping going on?
And then I've got a bunch of fish I'm going to put in it. I'm going to put a bunch of oh gosh, what are they called? Adesibarbs into that tank, because I think they'll be neat going back and forth across the top in the empty area. But I'm letting the water down because I got to clean out this. I want to try to get the hair algae out before I put it in.
Okie dokie. Makes sense. Hey, CJ, what's going on?
Hey, CJ. Jeff Kane. Did you know that Jeff Kane is not into petting warthogs?
I don't think I'd be into petting warthogs either.
Good man.
I feel like if they get, pissed off, they can just, hit you up with a horn. Tusk. Those tusks, not horns.
No. Jimmy P's leaving. Jimmy, if you want to join us tonight on the Ace Network, I don't know if we're going to go for very long, maybe just an hour, but Kenny E is sick, but I'd like to do our projections for the Super Bowl. So I wanted to throw that out to you, Jimmy, before you leave. Maybe you already left and I'm talking to nobody. Well, I'm talking to you guys too. If you guys want to check out some, I was about to say good, but some people talking about football.
Well, hello, DA. How's it going?
10:30.
So, speaking of Super Bowl, the local cops came in to talk about the kids, about not being bullies to each other. And at the end of it, he says, okay, those of you that are going to watch the Super Bowl, who do you want to win? Or who do you think's going to win? And, he went around the whole class. And at the end of it, he said, okay, he looks at me. He said, okay, I want you to take note of all the students that said the 49ers and give them extra credit on their next test. And I looked right at him. I said, unfortunately, I'm a Chiefs fan, so I'm going to take 10 points away from all of them.
Good job.
So the other cop that was with him looked at him and said, well, that didn't go how you expected, did it? I was like, ha.
Yeah, everyone's and like, you're a real Chiefs fan.
Everyone's like, were you a Chiefs fan before Taylor Swift? I was like, yes, I was.
Yeah. Me too.
What is with the stupid drama because Mahomes' dad doesn't want to sit in a box with her?
What I think it is they don't want Jackson Holmes. Everybody who's tired of seeing, all Chiefs fans tired of seeing Taylor Swift, we aren't seeing Jackson Holmes anymore, which is a lot better because they used to show Jackson all the time. And he is a complete ignorant moron. Patrick Mahomes' little brother. Well, he got in the booth one time with Taylor, but he hasn't been with her ever since. And I think they probably said that they don't want Jackson in with Taylor. And I think the father is upset about that.
I mean, yeah, but a lot of people are saying, why should he have to share a booth with her when it's his son in the Super Bowl? He should be able to have his own without her and her whole entourage.
Well, normally they probably only the top two, they probably have one booth for the top players' families, which would be Kelsey and Mahomes.
True.
Because they're selling those booths for millions of dollars.
Oh, I should imagine.
Other people. So unfortunately, the top two players are friends, and he doesn't like Taylor. But I mean, like last year, that stupid Jackson Mahomes was spraying champagne over the crowd, and it was like 10 degrees in Kansas City. You don't want to get hit with water or sticky stuff.
No.
The guy is just a complete moron. He just does so many things that makes people mad. Yeah. And then I don't know if his dad probably thinks that, his son could get more fans on TikTok if Taylor Swift would do things with him, and she's not.
Okay.
So I think they probably said to Taylor Swift, we don't want you next to a guy who's got sexual assault charges.
True. Well, see, because a lot of people think it's Mahomes' dad versus Taylor.
I think it's the son was kicked out of the booth.
Okay.
And you see, the son is normally always next to Patrick's wife. Or, and now Patrick's wife wants to be next to Taylor because they're buddies. And so I think the sister or her, the sister-in-law said, I'd rather be with her than you. So I'd rather be with Taylor Swift than the guy that's a moron.
I don't know if I could say the same.
I don't even know songs that she sings.
I liked her when she first came out and she sang country music. Then she went full on pop star, and I don't like her music anymore. Plus, she's started dabbling into the whole political spectrum, which, if you listen to Reba and Dolly, musicians and celebrities have no right to talk about that because they're just celebrities.
I didn't know she was actually dabbling into the politics. It was just politics were trying to use her name.
Oh no, I'll clue you in after we're done here because I don't want to start stuff in the chat. Will that work? Taylor
But wow, hey, if the Chiefs can get a couple extra calls because of Taylor Swift, I'll take them.
Does that work? Oh, that works. Look at that.
Ooh, that looks like my sheets growing up. Those are like my high school sheets.
Some of the assets seem to have disappeared. My nose is itchy, so I'll be right back.
I also had pillowcases that were exactly that same pattern with the Chiefs and the helmets on that. And I used those sheets so much I think my mom had to throw them away. I just wore them out. I love those things.
I'm done sneezing. Wow. Maybe not. So on top of teaching 3 grade levels, 2 subjects each, so teaching 6 different classes, I've also now been put in charge of the school's social media.
Wow. Does this give you a pay raise?
It does come with a stipend, yes. And the board is extremely happy, so that makes me happy.
Are you going to upgrade your car that you just bought?
No, the car. I don't even have the car for a year yet. It feels like so much longer, but March will be a year for this car.
Well, maybe you want to upgrade to an Escalade.
Nah. I'm still making chump change compared to public school teachers, but it's more than I was making before. So now I do Facebook and Instagram We're making a whole new website because the current website's a bit antiquated. And then trying to, promote it more to get more kids in the school. But everybody seems to be happy with how it's going, so that's good. And then I've also basically started helping with, random tech things around the building too. So that coupled with everything else, I ended up with like one job turned into like 4 or 5 jobs. But
that's awesome.
In a school with, only 10 staff members, it can happen. Oh, I also was awarded a grant, so I get to buy some Lego robots next year.
Oh, wow.
That's
neat.
We just had our certificate thing a week ago.
Are you going to build the robots, or are you going to let the children?
Oh, no, the children get to build them and then code them, so they get to... It's just, you build it, and they kind of drag what the direction is they want over, and then the computer's like, okay, press the play button, and then the robot moves however you told it to move. They're fun. I did them when I was a kid. They've just become slightly more advanced now.
Did you know that Legos are really popular?
I did.
I didn't realize how popular they were until I started wanting to go to some of these vintage toy and action figure convention things. And there's literally 2 brick towns going on every weekend somewhere in America. And the brick town is where they do nothing but Legos in the town for 3 days. And they just go from town to town with their Legos. And the whole convention is nothing but Legos.
Oh yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, I don't like it because I want action figures. So far, I've gotten tickets to Joe Fest.
Okay.
And that's the biggest G.I. Joe convention in America. And when I say convention, it's not like a Comic-Con or the Clash or something like that. You don't really go there to talk to people. You just go there and you walk around tables and get
and buy stuff,
autographs from comic book. There will be the G.I. Joe comic book and cartoon makers, which I don't care about them at all. But I want to go to see like all the custom made G.I. Joe stuff, because people make like all sorts of stuff themselves, and it's just kind of fun. I'm about to make a Dr. Mindbender. When this video's over, I'm going to videotape myself making a Dr. Mindbender action figure.
Winky, that's a good question and would make a really good field trip. Though, due to, the whole COVID thing, schools still aren't allowed to travel outside of the state or do overnight trips. And that one would probably have to be an overnighter where you go for the day, stay the night, and come home. So for right now, that unfortunately can't happen.
We have a Legoland in Kansas City at Crown Center.
Oh.
And we had a field trip to it. And we did that in the first half of the day, and then they had like a play for us to watch, and it was To Kill a Mockingbird. So we watched To Kill a Mockingbird and then went home.
What age were you?
I'm gonna guess 5th.
That's big young for To Kill a Mockingbird, isn't it?
In Missouri, you have to read To Kill a Mockingbird in 7th grade.
We didn't read that until freshman year of high school.
Okay, well, you have to read Huck Finn, I think, in 6th, and Tom Sawyer in 5th, or something like that, because they kind of like jumped up the scale.
I don't think we read either one of those. Trying to think, I can't really remember a lot of what we read. I just remember To Kill a Mockingbird was the big one. Death of a Salesman, we read that one by Arthur Miller.
Oh, when I got into high school, I had to go. I went to Illinois, so big difference between Illinois and Missouri. We had to read The Grapes of Wrath in one of the, because it didn't really go by classes anymore once you got into high school. Just
right.
You had to take like English 1, 2, and 3, and one of those had To Kill a Mockingbird in there, and And not Kill a Mockingbird. It had The Grapes of Wrath.
I think that one was reserved for our honors kids or our AP kids only.
That was the only book I had to read in high school, though.
I didn't read a single book in high school. Excuse me. I didn't read a single book from like 5th grade onward. I just wung my way through English class and relied on not reading the book when it came to the stupid quizzes.
One of the English classes, we had to read Macbeth as a play version. So everybody had a different character they had to read. And you had to be prepared when it was your everybody was like, okay, this is my guy's name this. And I was like the second witch and had to read Bubble, Bubble, Toil and Trouble, Cauldron Burning, Ashes Bubbling. And I just memorized it. I didn't even read it. I just waited. I just read and read until it hit my spot, and then I said it, and then I was done.
I know 10th grade? I think 10th grade is when we did Shakespeare. So we had to do Macbeth and Romeo and Juliet. I think are the only two we read.
Yeah, we did a lot of Poe. My teacher was really into Poe, so we did like
Poe.
The Telltale Heart.
Do I still have my thing with Poe? Where is that book? I have like Poe's complete works somewhere in here. I have Poe's complete works, and then I also have Emerson, Thoreau, Walt Whitman.
You know, my favorite YouTuber now is a Canadian dude from Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Not Vermont, Vancouver. And he writes a lot of his own scary or weird stories. But every day he does a story that's anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour long. The dude is fantastic. It's like a creepypasta type guy, but he just goes by his name.
Creepypastas.
What this guy is amazing, and he has like a Patreon where if you pay for the Patreon for 3 months, you get to be in his Halloween storyline.
Oh,
where he once a month he reads a story about this one little crazy town, and all the people in the town are Patreon people. So I've been debating, should I do it? Then there could be a Chattanooga Ed character.
True. Backyard Bear, hello. Long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Did I get through my resolution of 365 videos for what was that, 2022? Was that the year I said I was going to do that?
You got like through July, didn't you?
I made it to May, like the middle end part of May. I want to say second to last week in May. And that's been the only reason I stopped was because we had so many teachers dropping like flies because of COVID that I was constantly having to do week-long subbing. And I didn't have enough time in the day to record and edit. Because for whatever reason, I was a building sub before. I should have only had to show up to work, watch the kids, make sure they didn't kill each other. That job was so much more stressful and mentally taxing than my current job, where I'm teaching 3 different subjects to 3 different grade levels for a total of 6 classes, plus running social media, plus the website, plus all this other stuff. And I'm not as stressed out or emotionally drained. I come home from work and I'm not exhausted, ready to pass out anymore. I'd get home from the other job, which was a shorter day, and I'd be beat. I'd sit down and practically pass out. So no, I didn't finish the resolution. And I don't think I'll ever try 365 videos a year again. I made it longer than I expected, and I think I just kept myself going because it was something to push myself. But I don't think I'd do it again. Didn't finish it. And with the new job, I'm just going the consistency route. So basically now it's just every other week I'll do videos, and the weeks that aren't having videos will be an Ed and me stream.
Works for me.
It was a lofty goal, yes. But I think had I kept, originally I was making like 4 a day. So they were stockpiled. Had I kept that up, I think I would have been good to go. But then it kind of got to be where some of them were just the same thing said over and over again. And I don't know. Some of the videos did really good. And some of those videos are now some of the most watched videos on my channel. It's kind of crazy to look that those friggin' 5-minute fish keeping videos that I made have now skyrocketed in views and just keep getting consistent views all the time.
I think it's awesome.
It is. It's also interesting to watch.
As you did that, I was making my last second edit on my short for today. I've been making a PSA once a week, and they take a lot more time than a short. But I mean, about an hour's worth of time to put these things together because there's so many edits, and I put words or voice and stuff. And I wanted to add just a little bit of a more dramatic color before I released today's PSA.
Okay.
And I'll even demonstrate what I just did. Okay, so you see Nico there. Okay, this is this guy. He's going to go pet this warthog that's walking up. He says, I wonder if I can pet this warthog. He's in Africa. And then he starts screaming, and I just added that red color right there to make it more dramatic. And then baby cat laughing at the end.
Yeah,
I added that red to make it more violent looking.
Yeah, I was doing the shorts too, and then I was looking at the views, and I was like, they kept changing the thing all the time. So I was like, you know what? I'm just not gonna bother.
Yeah.
So I just stopped doing the shorts because I tried all the bells and whistles. Oh, do this and it'll do the. I'm like, I did it all. It didn't do anything. So I was just like, you know what? I get more views when I just take my phone and record a fish tank for 30 seconds than when I actually was spending an hour to edit a friggin' 15-second short.
Yeah, I get it.
So, but yeah, like
I understand. I used to do. For almost a year and a half, I did a fish video every day and a cat video every day. I've been only doing about 3 or 4 fish videos a week because my fish videos were getting less than 50 views.
Yeah.
You know, and my cat ones are generally over 1,000. So I keep doing the cat ones.
Yeah, I'm trying to look when I transition. Maybe I did make it. No, I did make it to July.
I thought you made it a little over halfway.
Yeah, I made it. I'm looking back now. It does look like I made it to July. There might have been a couple gaps where I missed some days, but it does look like I did make it to July. And then I just kind of gave up. But like some of those videos did really good, and then other ones are crappy. So I think it just depends on the fish. Like some of the more exotic fish didn't do very well. But then like the clown killifish one, it's over 3,000 views.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Or ones I thought that would do good that didn't do good. And I was terrible with titling back then too. I didn't know all the buzzwords and crap.
Yeah.
Now I've kind of got it dialed in to know what's working right now, coupling with other things and not having, crappy thumbnails. I've taken to heart, to have multiple titles, have multiple thumbnails. That way, for me, it's like within the first 24 hours, if the video hasn't hit a certain point of views, I either have to change the title or the thumbnail. And I've been starting with the titles first and then if that doesn't work, trying to change the thumbnails. And it seems to be working. Wow. We only have 10 minutes left.
Now. Sorry about that. And in 10 minutes, I will release my video.
And in 10 minutes, I'm sending everybody over to Coldwater, which is not, is it? Awesome. Yeah, he hasn't changed his name again, right?
I don't believe so.
Okay, it's been a hot minute. Oh, no, when I went to do the redirect, I'm like, there are so many more people on this list.
Yep. And I've been playing lots of Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh.
I play on Mondays and Tuesdays now.
Okay.
And Chris Aquazone, he's got a job in England, so he's been missing a lot of his shows. He's our dungeon master on Tuesdays.
Right.
So X2 has started up in between. Excuse me, I keep hiccuping. An in-betweener episode, from when he's gone, and we've been running it on my channel.
Oh, that's cool.
And I know, oh gosh, hate hiccups. Okay, but you're not supposed to play other videos than just fish.
Yeah, you're not supposed to mix the niches and all that stuff.
You know what? I don't care.
Well, yeah, I mean,
my name's Chattanooga Ed.
I think that's only, I think they only say don't mix the niches if you are doing this for money only. But when you're doing it just to hang out and have a good time, who cares?
I don't make that much money, so
yeah,
I'm basically, and the money that I make, I pretty much
put back into it.
Between StreamYard and supplies, it pretty much goes back into it.
So, Backyard said that they're going to be building a dedicated fish room with 100 tanks, thinking about launching a channel to record that. I would say yes, do that, because that's how a lot of the big channels now got their start, was filming the process of setting up their fish room and turning them into how-to / bloggy type things. So I would say if you're going to do it. Just make sure you're consistent with uploads. So if you're not, it's upload once a week or however you want to do it, just be consistent with the uploading, because that seems to be a big part too, that YouTube pushes you. The more, if they notice you're consistent, you're uploading at the same day and time all the time, that seems to be when they push you bigger.
Look, you're watching footage of my fish room getting built that I made a whole video on and never put it together.
Oh no.
I literally have I have the whole thing on how to hook up the airline and everything.
Right. You could just make that a series on your channel.
I mean, I have dozens of it.
That's a playlist gold right there.
My dad was barbecuing while Henry and I were working in the dark room. I mean, in the fish room. This is from, I think, 2020. This is explaining what the valves do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did all this footage, and then I showed there's the air coming out of the tank.
Okay.
So, I mean, I even show how to spray paint it. I did everything.
Oh, I didn't even realize that wasn't just blue PVC pipe.
Yeah, well, that was. I wish I would have just bought that. That would have been smarter.
I don't even know if they sell it though.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking at my swimming pool from that same time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's I want to swim right now so bad. But
in due time, Ed, in due time. So, I'm
talking about something here. I mean, look, I only had a couple of tanks up at that time.
Wow, that's bare bones in there.
Yeah, now it's.
I do think painting the wall was a good idea.
Thank you.
Versus,
that one wall's not painted yet; it's just white.
I definitely think painting the walls versus the back of the tank, because that way, if you want to get rid of the tanks they're not painted, and the people can do what they want with them.
Well, I even showed I've got one sink type counter in there, so that way I can store stuff underneath. But the stupid things like the cabinet grabbers, I put on it are these little aqua skull heads things, and they catch my hip, and they've given me so many bruises right in the hip.
Yeah, those are never fun. So before
here we are even putting in the wall.
Yeah,
Just everything, man. Oh my gosh, here I am buying wood. And I had to wear a mask when I was buying the wood.
You can definitely tell how long ago that was that you got to wear that thing.
That's crazy.
Before we leave, would you all like a sneak peek of what my little care package here has in it?
Oh yeah.
That will turn into a video. So we'll start with some crypt, which crypts, tend to only like me when they have the 24-hour hydro light on them. So we got a nice little thing of that. We got some of this. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce any of these names right now. Camera, I know it's been a while, but focus. There you go.
Oh. Hydrochiatin.
It looks like parsley.
Okay. Hydroparcelatin.
We got. Oh, this one's easy. This is brownie blue. I'm thinking this is looks like a boost plant.
I've never really. I'm sure I've seen boost, but I've never really identified it.
It's another one of those rhizome ones. It's just like another. It's like kind of like they all to me kind of look like Anubias nana petite, just with some slightly longer shoots coming off them.
We had a bunch of these awesome booth type plants growing. They were like like in between booths and Anubias, and my crabs tore them all up.
Oh, the crabs from the clash. Come on, focus.
Yeah, they pulled all the leaves off them.
Don't look at me. Look at the pot. I got some mini bulbitis and baby leaf here, which looks again like a little bit of parsley, a little fern type thingy here. What else we got? We got a floating Christmas moss ball. That one's easy to pronounce. We don't need any in depth on that.
Awesome.
Let's see. Oh, they packed your favorite, Ed, Anubias nana petite.
Ooh, I want to try to win that.
And it looks pretty good.
3. 9. I don't know. I'm just trying to pick a number that might win.
We've got some. This looks to me like almost like a Java fern, maybe, but I'm not sure because it's a freaking scientific name. Yep. Focus.
Oh, is it ED?
Why are you
it looks
being
like
weird?
ED. Ed. Rihanna's. Rihanna. Ed Rihanna.
Are you gonna focus now? No. Of course, it's gonna be weird. What else we got in here? Ooh, and then, this is the Java fern. So that must be a different kind of plant. But then, of course, a Java fern. So I asked them for easy plants so that I can do like a listicle type video on plants and make them easy. And I think aside from these things, I've probably had everything that's in this box at some point. So it'll be nice to try them again with, not a cruddy light. The light on this tank went months ago. I haven't replaced it, but I got some ferns from Boost Plant forever ago, and they've been growing fine with no light on the tank other than whatever ambient light I have. So it's kind of cool that if you don't have a light, you actually can grow some plants.
It's awesome.
But yeah, should be a fun time. And then, of course, a sticker. I love their logo. It's so simple, but it's efficient.
Yeah. You should put that on the back of your car.
I already have it on the back of my car.
Correct.
And it's a bigger one.
Well, that'll look bad having 2. Just throw it away, I guess. Or put it on your mom's car.
And they threw it in the insulated thing for me to make it last longer.
That's cool. I've got a question.
Later. What's up?
I heard a theory that Pikachu is the most powerful of all the Pokemons.
I think I know what you're talking about. Basically, Ash's Pikachu is the most overpowered Pokemon ever. For some reason, it's just an inherent trait. There's also a theory that Ash has been dead the whole time, so and that's why he appears so strong. Ooh, Skipper's asking a good question. It says, "Am not going to the NEC." That's the thing in April, right?
Is it the Necro Comic Cron? You know, the big HP Lovecraft convention?
I'm thinking that's the aquarium thing that's happening in April, right, Skipper? Yeah, the 45th tropical thing, the Northeast Council thingy. I keep forgetting to register, but yes, I do plan on going to that. I don't know if I want to get a hotel room. It is a 45-minute drive from me, so I'll have to look and see how much the hotel is. But yeah, that I want to go to. Yeah, because originally I think I said, Ed, if you wanted to go, you could just crash here and we can drive there every day.
I would probably love to do that, but since I have Oinky in my life now, I probably, if I go that far north, I need to be able to hang out with her.
Very true.
So, but otherwise, it sounds like a great idea.
Skipper's bringing the wife.
When is the NEC? That's the Connecticut one.
Is April 5th through the 7th.
April 5th through the 7th. Oh man, it's coming up.
It is, and I still have to make sure I can register and everything because I do want to go since it's my backyard, and I always say there's nothing ever up here, so I definitely have to go. The other one might be an Amazon sword. Now that you mention it, Red Laser, because I think does it have the common name on here? It doesn't, but it did kind of look like an Amazon sword, so it's probably that's what it is. I will have to Google these scientific names and get really good at saying them. And I will also email you or Facebook you the link so you have it on your phone if you want to look it up.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
But it's officially 6 o'clock, which means we have lasted an hour and a half of basically nonstop talking for the first time in 6 months. So, I want to say thank you to everybody. Thank you, Ed, for being able to be here today. I would say, if you have the every other Friday off, maybe enjoy them and don't put another stream on yourself.
Yep. It's just, if I do it, it's the Geek Out, and I want to try to get into toy conventions for free. And so I want to try to get toy content out on my page.
Okay.
So that's why I'm trying to come up. I'm going to start doing a short a day of my toys also.
Mm-hmm.
I would have probably already started, but my back's just been killing me this week, and I just keep pushing things back all the time.
That's the thing I didn't mention. I was on crutches for like the whole month of December. My tendonitis flared up so bad I couldn't put weight. My foot was swollen like a balloon to where my toes were even swollen. So I could put no weight on it. I missed a week of work the beginning of January because it was better come Christmas. We did review in midterms, and then the week after that, my foot was just so swollen I couldn't put any weight on it. It was bad.
When you did get it better, was it still bad? Like, did you wear a foot thing?
I mean, I'm still wearing ankle supports now, and I got orthopedic shoes, and it hurts a little bit, but it's definitely getting better. And I'm not walking around as much as I was at work because I'm a very mobile teacher. I don't stay in one place. I walk around and do stuff. So that was the hardest thing for me, is just staying in one place.
Maybe we could get those shoes that are like Haley's that have a wheel that pops out the back and you could just roll around.
The good old fashioned wheelies.
Yeah. Is that what those are called? I've been wanting to. Yeah, I've been just writing down tons of notes from this episode. Heelys.
Anyway, thank you all for hanging out. Ed and I will see you again on the 23rd, day after my birthday. And
wow.
Until then, there'll be a video coming out next week, so the 18th. And then there'll be a stream. And then a video and a stream. So that's how it's going to work. Thank you all for being here. It's been 6 months. We appreciate it. And we will see you all in a couple weeks. Bye-bye.
Bye.